Day 2, Problem 1. Part A, identify the x-intercept and y-intercept for the graph of x plus 4y equals negative 6. This linear equation, when graphed, is going to create a diagonal line on the grid, and it will cross the x-axis at a dot, that is the x-intercept, and it'll cross the y-axis at a dot, that is the y-intercept. And in Part A, we are asked to find those two dots. Now, to find the x-intercept, we can do that by realizing that on the x-axis, any dot will have a y-coordinate of 0. And so we can take this equation and in place of the letter y, substitute 0. It will be x plus 4, and then fill in 0 for the letter y. That is equal to negative 6. Now, 4 times 0 creates a 0 in this position, and so the letter x can come straight down and then equals negative 6. As an ordered pair, this is negative 6, comma 0. And this is the x-intercept. Now for the y-intercept, any dot that is on the y-axis will have as its x-coordinate a 0. And so we can take this equation and where the letter x is, fill in a 0. It will be 0 plus 4y equals negative 6. And since the 0 is not really anything, this is really 4y equals negative 6. Now solving for y by dividing by 4, we get negative 6 divided by 4, or this reduces to negative 3 over 2, which as a decimal is negative 1.5. As an ordered pair, this is 0, comma, negative 1.5, and this is the y-intercept. And this is part A of the question. Now part B, graph the equation. We can do this by finding this dot and then drawing a line between them. So first, the x-intercept, negative 6, comma 0. From the origin, negative 6 goes to here, and comma 0 is not up or down at all. And so here's the dot called the x-intercept. Now the y-intercept, 0, comma, negative 1.5. From the origin, go to the right or left and 0, so basically just stay here. And then the second number is negative 1.5. So down 1, and then an extra 0.5, which is halfway between this mark and this mark. So negative 1.5 right here. That is the y-intercept. And then connecting these dots together, we get our graph. Now, day 2, problem 2. The value of an automobile, V of t, is a function of its age in years, t. A vehicle is worth $24,000 new and depreciates $2,500 each year. Part A, write a function equation for the situation. So in our function equation, we're going to show the relationship between the value of the automobile and its age in years. And we're told what symbols to use for those. The value of the automobile, we use the symbols V of t. So V of t equals value of the automobile equals, and we're told that when it is new, it's $24,000, but it is depreciating or losing value as it gets older. So it begins with $24,000, and as time passes, it's going to decrease in value. So I'm going to use subtraction to show the decrease, and it is $2,500 each year. We are told to use the variable t to be the number of years, and so that can be shown in symbols as 2,500 t. This is the function equation for the situation. And in Part B, this equation can be used to find the vehicle's value for 1 year and 4 years and 8 years. So let's start by finding what is the value of this vehicle when it is 1 year old. So V of 1 equals $24,000 subtract 2,500 times T. And T, remember, we are using 1 years old. And so V of 1, the value when the vehicle is 1 years old, will be equal to 24,000 subtract 2,500. How much is that? And so we need to figure out what 24,000 subtract 2,500 is. Well, 24,000 subtract 3,000 would be 21,000. But we're not subtracting 3,000, only 2,500. And so this would be $21,500. Now next, let's figure out what the value of the vehicle is after 4 years, or in symbols, V of 4. It is $24,000 subtract 2,500, and this time in place of T, fill in 4. So V of 4 equals 24,000 subtract 2,500 times 4 is 10,000. And so this result, when subtracting these, is $14,000. One more to go. After 8 years, how much is this automobile worth? So V of 8 equals 24,000 subtract 2,500 times 8. V of 8 equals 24,000 subtract. Well, if 2,500 multiplied by 4 is 10,000, then 2,500 multiplied by 8 would be 20,000. And subtracting from 24,000, we get $4,000. And so on Part B of this question, the value of the vehicle when it is 1 year old is $21,500. Its value when it is 4 years old is $14,000. And its value when it is an 8-year-old rusty bucket is $4,000.